This is C4 Cellucore, and it's currently the #1 sold pre-workout in the world. But is it worth your hard-earned money? In order to answer this, let's break down what's actually inside the tub. Starting off with 2 grams of beta-alanine, this ingredient raises levels of carnosine, a compound responsible for buffering H+ ions in the muscles. Think sprints, circuits, and CrossFit. The clinical dose is usually 3.2 to 6.4 grams. So C4's 2 grams gives you a decent boost, but ideally it should be taken daily to build up over time. 1 scoop won't max out the saturation, so consistency is key with this ingredient. One thing to note, beta-alanine often causes a tingling feeling in the face or hands.
Mad face tingles. Your eyes are itchy. You're scratching your butthole in the middle of sets.
It's harmless and temporary, but if you feel it, that's normal. It just means that the dose is working for you. Next up is 1.2 grams of L-citrulline. This is converted to arginine in the kidneys, which then increases nitric oxide levels in the blood. This causes blood vessels to dilate, a process called vasodilation, improving circulation and delivering more oxygen and nutrients to the muscles that need it. Most studies suggest around 6 to 8 grams of L-citrulline, so the 1.2 grams in C4 is basically pointless. Following that, we have 1.2 grams of L-arginine. This is going to do the same thing as L-citrulline, but it's less effective because it is less bioavailable. Most of this is going to get absorbed in the gut before it gets through your system, whereas L-citrulline is used up in the liver. The effective dose for this is between 3 and 6 grams, so this is another pointless pump ingredient. Personally, I'd have liked to have just seen 8 grams of L-citrulline. Moving on to lentil peptides at 100 milligrams. Lentil peptides are short-chain amino acids that are derived from lentils. Very limited research is done on this ingredient, but it's supposed to increase nitric oxide content, so similar to L-citrulline and L-arginine, but I'm just going to call this a useless ingredient because so little research has been done on it. I feel like I'm kind of shitting all over this pre-workout, but I'm not here to lie to you guys. All of this is truth based in fact. The next ingredient is creatine nitrate at 1 gram. This is basically just creatine and nitrate put together in one ingredient. Creatine helps regenerate ATP, which fuels short, quick bursts of energy, so this will be good for maximal efforts in the gym in short rep ranges. And nitrates are going to raise your nitrous oxide content, once again for the pumps, vasodilation, etc. However, unlike L-arginine and the lentils, this is a solid ingredient, probably even better than L-citrulline for vasodilation. However, do not expect the full effects from 1 gram because you ideally should be taking between 3 and 5 grams of creatine daily to build up a saturation, similar to beta-alanine. Following up with 200 milligrams of caffeine anhydrous. So this is a really common dose in pre-workouts. Personally, this is my favorite dose. I like this dose. It's enough to feel it without having too many of the side effects. So this dose is very similar to about 2 cups of coffee. The side effects include jitteriness and anxiety, and it also messes with your sleep, so don't take this past 4 p.m. And finally, 5 milligrams of club moss. So this is used for the huperzine A within it. There's 1% of huperzine A, which equates to 50 micrograms. This ingredient helps stop the breakdown of acetylcholine, a compound that is useful for memory and focus. So this is going to be used for those aspects rather than actually improving your performance directly. The typical dose for this is between 50 and 200 micrograms, so they are on the low end. Not exactly optimal, but I'll give them a pass for that one. Overall, I would rank this pre-workout a D tier. It's got solid ingredient selection, but the dosages just aren't there to back it up, other than caffeine and huperzine A. But overall, I would just say this is like a glorified cup of coffee, and it's probably not worth your money. If you do want something that is actually going to be efficacious, I would recommend Platinum pre-workout from Optimum Nutrition or Rise Godzilla. I have videos on those two pre-workouts. I will leave them linked up. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please like and subscribe. I'll catch you all next week for the next Pre-Workout Wednesday. Peace.